Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/realid. That's tsa.gov/realid, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
I socialized.
Oh, you did? You left the house?
No, I didn't leave the house. I socialized at my house. My child was still sick, but when he was feeling better, we had a couple friends over to watch the new Jason Statham movie.
Oh, your boy.
Oh, I was so happy. You have no idea.
Was your heart fluttering as he was on screen?
It really was. And I was just like, I know this is going to be like every other Jason Statham movie. And it was. And it was fantastic.
Does anybody know who this guy is other than you?
Everyone knows who Jason Statham is, except you.
Okay. I'm not a movie person.
I'm just waiting. I was waiting for you to be like, you had time to sit with friends and watch a movie.
I can't even imagine what that's like. No, you know what? If you're up this morning listening, we appreciate you to begin with. Please text me and let me know if you know who Jason Statham is, because Emily's obsessed with him. She has a pillow with his face on it, and it's creepy.
It was the best gift my husband ever gave me.
But he comes up all the time, and I'm like, I really don't know who I've never seen him in a movie. I know he's British or something, right?
Yes, and yes, he is.
Okay.
So,
if you know Jason Statham, please text me and be like, dude, you're crazy. No.
Or The Mechanic.
No.
Or The Italian Job.
No.
Well, you need to get out more.
I just don't watch movies.
I know.
I don't have time to watch movies. That's the problem. If you know who he is, text us 99103.9. I want to find out. if no one texts us and says, I know Jason Statham, I'm going to just be convinced that you're the only person who knows him.
Okay. How was your soccer weekend?
I was outside all weekend, and Saturday was so miserable. I was at a track meet. Well, first of all, Mrs. Kirsch ran the Cap City Half Marathon on Saturday. Congratulations. Yeah, she won it, yes.
Yes, I'm so proud of her.
And then she won it. So she ran that on Saturday. We were downtown for that, and then we went straight to a track meet in Reynoldsburg. And my one daughter
going to the marathon in the morning?
Yeah. And then my one daughter runs like the first event and the last event, so we're there the whole time. So I was in Reynoldsburg from like 9:30 a.m. until like 4, and it was rainy and nasty and gross. And then yesterday was soccer all day, so it was beautiful yesterday, though.
I'm just gonna say, when she wasn't running, there's plenty of time to watch a Jason Statham movie on your phone. Just saying.
I don't think you understand how spectating a race works.
I don't.
I'm just going to stand on High Street watching a movie on my phone.
Oh, I'm talking about your daughter.
Oh, at the track meet?
Yes. You said she just ran in the beginning and the end.
It was raining. My phone would have got wet.
You could have gotten a couple Jason Statham movies in.
Yeah, that'd be so rude, sitting at a track meet watching a movie.
I mean, I saw someone watching a movie during an Alan Jackson concert. I would say that would be the rude one.
Yeah, very true. We got a couple texts. You got a couple texts that said they knew who Jason Statham was.
Yes, everyone knows who he is except you.
Well, no, these three people who texted us know who Jason Statham is.
Give people time to wake up. We'll ask it again. So anyways, over the weekend, obviously when we were watching the new Jason Statham movie, which is just like every other Jason Statham movie, we had the unfortunate conversation of, do we turn the subtitles on?
Wait, why would you turn the subtitles on?
Because it's hard to hear. Kirsch. That's why.
Really?
Okay, I've been telling my husband we need like surround sound upstairs or a sound bar or something, but movie editing is so bad these days with how loud it is, and it goes quiet, then loud. Don't you think?
Yeah, you know what? It does get really, really loud. Like the music and action is super loud, and then the dialogue is really low. Yeah. And
look, I know the dialogue's not the best. It's not like Oscar winning in these movies, but I still want to hear it. But it made me realize, like, are we at that age where you have to turn the subtitles on to understand, like, what is going on?
Movies are that way. Like, TV shows aren't that way. And, you know, when I watch YouTube videos or whatever on TV, it's not that way. But movies are. And I agree with you. They're tough to hear what's going on sometimes.
But are you at that age where you turn subtitles on? I know you don't watch TV.
My hearing is so terrible. I've worked in radio for, going on 30 years. Headphones on, that kind of stuff all the time, blasting in my ears. My hearing is shot. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can only imagine because when I come in the studio and have to, I pre-turn it down because all of you like to blare it real loud. Please don't do it. Please don't. I can see what you're about to do.
I can't blare your headphones.
Okay, I was
your
like,
headphones control your, yeah.
I know, but it's still a fear of mine, okay?
Yeah, well, I guess I could turn this up.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Let's not. No. Anyways, okay, well, I just wanted to know what the age was, and I just felt like it's embarrassing that I might have to turn those on.
I have friends who watch everything with subtitles. They can't watch it without subtitles. Doesn't matter if they're watching Jeopardy or a movie or whatever. They're just like, it's nice having them on. They drive me crazy when they're on. I turn them off immediately.
I know we battle every day in here when I have them on for the news.
Yeah, I'm like, turn those off. We can pretend Grandma. We know what they're saying over there. Yeah. Brad Paisley's coming up this morning. Carrie Underwood's on the way, too. It's Kirsch and Emyle, Classic Hit Country, 103.9 The Maverick, with Grandma over there needing her subtitles. She's like, I was watching this movie this weekend. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. That's what's said. You're not.
There you go.
You're pushing buttons.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I am. If I don't, it goes to dead air.
Yes, let's not have that. Just saw something. Anyways, do you get hangovers? That's what I wanted to ask you.
I think everybody does. Well, no, not everybody. There are some people who just can get after it, I think, and they're perfectly fine. And oddly enough, like when I was young, they were very short-lived. And then when I was in my 30s, they would last for days. And now in my 40s, I feel like I'm becoming not immune to them, but they're not hitting as hard as they used to. But I also, I cut it off after like 2. That's why.
Meanwhile, I'm in my 30s and I'm like, man, one drink and I just feel it the next day.
Really? After one?
Yeah, it hurts.
Like what kind of drink are we talking? Or a glass of wine or a high noon or what?
Wine is the worst. Wine, White Claw, the basics.
Right. Do you get a different hangover from wine than you do White Claw?
Yeah, wine's like 10 times worse.
Is it real? Okay.
Yeah, and I love wine. I just want it to love me back.
Well, you know why? Because a White Claw is like, 4% alcohol or something, and wine is like 12%.
I can't taste the difference. It all tastes good. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why it hits you harder the next day. Do you know there are some people who are immune to hangovers? I saw a study that they talked about this, and thanks to genetics, there are 20% of people who seem to be immune to hangovers. So while some people suffer for, some that last 7 days.
Also, to be honest, I don't drink water like I should when I drink, so...
Well, you only need to have one water if you're only having one drink.
Does anyone just have one drink?
You just said you have one drink.
I said one drink and I feel it the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I mean, sometimes I do just have one drink, though, I guess.
Yeah, if I have one beer, I'm perfectly fine. I don't even notice it, right? But if I have 6, I'm like, oh, yeah, I can definitely feel that. And then the next day I get up and I'm like, yeah.
No, you are a superhuman. I don't think you understand that about yourself.
Why?
You were doing shots of bourbon, weren't you, at my child's first birthday party, and you seemed perfectly fine.
I was sipping bourbon.
I thought you all were doing shots of bourbon.
No, I don't shoot bourbon. I sip bourbon and I enjoy it.
Oh, I'm bad.
Classy, Emily.
I forgot. I'm
very classy.
I just know I looked over and there's a bunch of you just not doing shots, sipping your bourbon.
It was the best first birthday party I ever went to, I'll tell you that.
You were perfectly fine, though.
I was.
And I'm just sitting here how?
How does he do that?
Floor. Yeah, everything was great.
We were busy this weekend, had soccer, had a track meet, had all that kind of stuff, and then yard work thrown in. It's just nonstop. I woke up this morning and went, holy smokes, how was it Monday?
I didn't. So I'm safe in that regards, but no, I'm happy.
You woke up this morning and were like, oh, yay, it's Monday. I get to
go on air with Kirsch again. Yay. I'm so lucky.
I got up and said, wow, how did this even happen? Seriously.
Ever since I made that meme of us of Melissa McCarthy and Jason oh my gosh, what's his name? Bateman in a car where Melissa's and so happy and dancing, and then Jason's just not. It just reminds me of us.
That's so us. Have you seen this TikTok trend where college grads are now giving shout outs to what really got them through college? Totally changing subjects here.
I think it's funny. It's true. It is
true. One of the things on here, so for a lot of us in the late 90s and early 2000s, it was Busch Light and Marlboro Lights. That's what got most people through college in the late 90s.
Ours were like Four Locos. That's about it.
Four Locos. Oh.
And every time I say a Four Loco, my liver hurts a little bit.
Do they still make Four Loco?
I don't know.
What is Four Loco? I've had it.
I don't want to know what. Oh, I thought you were going to look up the ingredients. I'm like, it's just going to say toxic.
It really is. Okay, I don't even know what it is. It's not like a.
It's not a seltzer. It's not a. It's toxic. It's just when you want to drink toxic.
I mean, they are so strong. Look at that. Okay, they're a malt beverage.
How are they allowed to sell them?
I don't know. It's a malt beverage.
Are they still around?
12% alcohol. They still make them. Yeah. Okay. Here's what it was. Now, I think we've all heard of Four Locos and maybe have had them, but didn't really know what we were drinking. So it's a malt beverage that the original version was banned because it had high alcohol and really high caffeine. So it would amp you up and get you drunk.
But that's why I could actually stay up until 3 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I should have stuck with the Smirnoff Ices.
I could. You know what? The problem was the flavors with Four Loko. I could never, because they all came in a tall boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I know. I am well aware, Kirsch, what they came in.
And I could never finish one because the flavor would just get to me. I was like, oh, this is just nasty. It was too sweet for me.
What's that like? Not being able to finish a Four Loko.
I don't know. How many would you drink in a sitting?
Oh, only one.
You're like still. 6.
No, I would be dead.
Seriously. They still make them.
There's a thing called alcohol poisoning if that happens.
I haven't seen them anywhere in a long time. I wonder where you can get one.
Because they're dangerous. What was that one pop? Surge or...
Oh, Jolt.
Jolt. Yes.
Well, that was the non-alcoholic version of this. We should get some Four Locos and have them on air. Hey, I was going to ask you this. Does this happen to you too? I got the best night's sleep last night. I fell asleep early on the couch, right? Okay. And then I woke up and stayed sleepy all the way to the bed, brushed my teeth and all that kind of stuff. Got in bed and fell right back to sleep. And I got a solid 8.5 hours, aside from that little walk upstairs to the bedroom. And I feel more tired today than if
your body doesn't know what to do with that much sleep, Kirsch, because you've never had it in your entire life.
That might be it.
2, yes, you overslept. It's
How's
crazy.
That work?
You oversleep. I don't know how it works. I just know you can still be tired.
That's seriously what happened to me last night. I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I feel great. I could sleep another 10 hours.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it, but I do know oversleeping is a real thing.
Jim Gaffigan talked about being in bed. Jim Gaffigan's so good.
He is.
I came across this clip of him talking about it and made me think about when you're in bed and you just want to stay in bed.
Woke up today at 7 a.m. Got out of bed around 1:30 because I need a good reason to get out of bed, like fire. And that won't even get me out of bed. One time I was in a hotel, the fire alarm went off. I didn't even get out of bed. I was like, that's a test. I mean, you have to understand, my role models were the grandparents in that movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I remember watching that movie as a kid and seeing the scene with the grandparents in bed and thinking, I like these people. I like what they're all about. They were in bed full time. What if we did this till we died? They weren't even watching television. They were looking at the other grandparents. How's your bed? It's good. It's good. It's the same as your bed. They were so into bed. They lived in poverty. Their grandson got a golden ticket where he could win an entire chocolate factory, and only one of the grandparents got out of bed. The other three were like, good luck, Charlie.
7:33 with Kirsch and Emyle. We asked earlier today about hacks around Columbus that make your life easier.
I'm nervous to share mine. I don't want anyone to steal it.
I have one too, and I'm kind of nervous to share it because I don't want people to steal it. I don't want everybody to know about it. But let's
Great
share.
topic idea I gave. I know.
Yeah, I know. You're like, well, let's talk about these, but don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a couple more that came in. Most of these, oddly enough, revolve around driving.
Of course.
Let me read a couple that we got.
It's like the Wild West out there, Kirsch.
Oh, man.
You're driving on 270?
What's your least favorite part to drive in Columbus?
All of it.
Just all of mine. Mine right now is it didn't used to be this way, but 270 on the north end between 23 and 71, like right in front of the big Budweiser
It's
plant.
always backed up.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all, no matter what time of day.
Horrible. All the
Yeah.
time. If you're sitting there right now, my apologies. I'm sure it's just terrible.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we got you. This one says if you're traveling, this is interesting. If you're traveling on 670 eastbound through downtown, so you're going down kind of under the short north and everything there, it says you can take the 71 north exit just past Cleveland Avenue and get right back on 670. And it's helpful if traffic is bad. It gets you on 670 from Cleveland Avenue. So you can sort of shoot around the whole merge, I guess, is what it sounds like. I never thought about that.
I didn't either. And it's funny because my husband mentions that. I don't know where it's like the Easton exit.
Oh, that's a mess up there, too. Yeah.
But there's you can go a different way and still get back on the exits you need.
Little life hacks when you're driving. There's another one that said.
I'm not going to tell
Okay, there's another one that says Summit and 4th from the top of downtown to Hudson are all timed so that you stay at a constant 35 miles per hour. You can hit every light green. Well, that's cool.
I am not going to try that, but I hope someone does and lets us know.
Someone else said run all of your errands during an Ohio State football game. That's a good life hack in Columbus.
That is mine. Please don't steal it because I like to be the only one out and about during football games.
That was seriously yours?
Yeah, that was mine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
did you text us?
No, I did not. But I really like doing that during the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Oh, yeah.
Because literally no one's out. It's fantastic.
So mine, I'll share it. Please don't everybody steal it because I love...
Let's all steal it.
My Columbus hack is buy a Zoombezi Bay membership. And because...
Alcohol.
Yeah, sort of. If you don't know this, there's an adults-only lazy river at Zoombezi Bay. And if you have a membership, you can go for a couple hours after work. Right before they close in the summer and just float around, and they have cocktails and stuff like that. And it's not super crowded on weeknights. So you can go and just enjoy that.
That's your happy hour.
That's my happy hour. I mean, drinks are like $87, but hey, Kirsch and Emyle, Classic Hit Country 103.9, The Maverick. One of the things we always want to do here is keep you up to date on the latest lingo and terms. And most of it comes from the fact that I have teenage daughters. And, we're still trying to figure out what skibbity means. We're not 100% sure. Skibbity Riz, Skibbity Ohio Riz, the Rizzler, that sort of stuff. There's so many terms where Emily's like, what?
I don't think the Rizzler is one of them, but I could be wrong because I'm not that hip. But I did for once. I got to mention one.
You brought one up to me this morning. I was like, hold on. That's going on air because it's a new term that I have not heard before. And I cracked up.
Have you heard about hobosexuals?
Hobosexuals.
Yes. So it's when someone's dating you, basically for the roof over their head, not for your charming personality, Kirsch. Not even for your snack, just a place to crash.
They are a
hobosexual.
Like a hobo, like a homeless.
We promise to only deliver the finest content here. This is real. I'm not making this up. I saw this when I was scrolling mindlessly, so who knows for how long. Anyways, I have a few signs that you're in a hobosexual relationship.
Wait, because your socials are carefully curated to the type of content that you take in.
Unfortunately, with this job, we search all kinds of content. So
That's
who
true.
knows where it came from?
That's true. Okay, so signs.
But I'm here to make the people aware that you might be in a hobosexual relationship.
Hobo. Okay, what do you got?
They moved in after a few weeks.
All right.
They contribute little to nothing financially. You feel like you're supporting another adult. They always have a plan to get on their feet someday.
Someday, yeah.
You notice you're footing all the bills, rent, utilities, food, They offer emotional love bombs, but act entitled to your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Friends or family express concern about the relationship, and breaking up feels like you're evicting a tenant, not ending a romance.
What are those things that, like, the plaid bag on a stick that you put over your shoulder that, like, the traditional hobo has? What are those called again?
I don't know.
They have a name. I can't remember what they're called. I've never seen anybody actually use one of those.
Sack? I don't know. I really, yeah, so I'm here to provide you with the latest things to look out for if you're out in the dating world.
This is a new one for sure. I had a friend who actually did that to Mrs. Kirsch and I when not too long after we got married.
Squatting.
We weren't. Well, that was squatting. Yeah, we weren't in a relationship. We definitely weren't in love. Right. But he moved in with us, and that kind of sounds like what happened there for a while. She was pretty excited about it too. Yeah, she was like, "This is great. Newlyweds with his buddy living with us." Surprised she stuck around. Emily, we've got a lot to cover here. There's a lot that's happening here at Classic Hit Country 103.9 The Maverick.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me know what's going on.
What are you looking at over there? You're just kind of scrolling on your phone.
Nothing as interesting as you.
Okay, so I just got a call. I didn't even ask who it was from, and she said, "Don't share my name." So I'll leave it at that. I don't know who it was, but she was talking about the hobosexuals that we just talked about, the people that date you just to live with you, and just for a place to live. And she said that it's rampant in the rodeo industry, where like some of the rodeo guys will. That
doesn't shock me. I never thought of that, but that doesn't shock me.
Yeah, they'll like hang out with a woman until like they got to go to the next rodeo. And she said even the best part about it is like while you're at work, they'll mow the lawn and they'll take care, they'll do the dishes and all that kind of stuff. But then
so
it's
they're
time.
Helpful.
Yeah, they're helpful hobos. I had no idea. It's apparently rampant in the rodeo industry.
And I love that so much.
It is. So we learned something this morning. That was fun.
I love learning something new. Actually, I was just trying to tally up our ice bucket numbers.
Oh, yeah. Last week we were talking about how the ice bucket challenge has become a thing again. And we wanted to see who you wanted to have ice bucket challenged. Which one of us got the ice water dumped on them? Who's winning or who's losing? What do you even call it?
Honestly, I lost track. I think you're getting it so far.
I'm getting the ice dumped on me?
Yes. But we have until the 1st of May.
Yeah, which is Wednesday, is it?
Yes, it is.
Thursday is the
Thursday.
1st of May.
I should know that. Yes, it's Thursday.
So go to our socials, and there's a post on there where you can either
103.9 The Maverick.
Vote for me, Kirsch, or her, Emily, who you'd like to see have the ice bucket dumped on them.
And don't forget, when you type Kirsch's name, just put a little smiley face next to it. What? You don't have to look at me like that.
Why would they do that? Because they want to see you get the ice dumped.
No, they want to see you get it. And I have so many fun things I'm working on for you when you get iced.
I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday. Can I tell you what I was?
You have a lot of friends.
Can I tell you what I was working on?
Tell me.
He's the top guy at a construction company, and I said to him, I was like, okay, do you have anything? This is the way I honestly asked the question. I said, in case Emily is the one to get the ice bucket dumped on her, do you have any equipment that you could use to dump an immense amount of water on her without her drowning or dying? And that's exactly how I put it. I was like, I want her to live through this, but I really want her to be drenched.
I mean, mine is going to be good, but I'm not going to tell you about it, or it's not that evil. I can tell you that much.
The only reason I mentioned that is because he said, well, we have ones, but I don't think it would be safe to do. I think she would end up being injured. And I was like, well, we don't want to do that. We just want it to be hilarious.
Yeah. think of another plan that doesn't involve drowning me, Kirsch.
I have plan B.
How do you really feel? Wow.
The caveat was I don't want her to drown or die. I just want her to be very, very wet. He's like, yeah, we don't have anything like that.
Wow. Okay. I'm over here just thinking of funny, creative ways, but not,
it would
trying
be
to
funny
injure
if he
you.
dumped like 30,000 gallons of water on you.
No, he wouldn't. And I also don't think our boss would be very happy about that, since we're going to be doing this in the parking lot.
Okay, well, go to our socials. Go to Facebook or Instagram. You can find the post where you can vote for me or Emily to get the ice dumped on them.
Just know, I'm a theme girl, so I have a good theme for this when you get all the ice dumped on you.
Yeah, okay, there's a theme. Mine was just clearly how much water can we dump?
Vote Kirsch.
Okay, yep, vote Emily.